People don't need to be saved or rescued. They need knowledge of their own power and how to access it. This is where science and spirituality meet.
Join us as we deep dive into topics and share tools to empower yourself along your soul's journey. Hi, everyone. So here we are, Lisa and Wendy, Deep Dive Soul Talk, and we're sharing with you today the powerful piece in your life of watching your words and your thoughts. Think about it. It's not just so that this person can hear you and say, oh, she's saying all the nice things the right way, the kind words. It's so that you can hear yourself. What are you embodying? What are you saying?
Watching our words and our thoughts is so powerful. It sets the whole tone for our life. It carries the energetic frequency of ourselves.
Do you have a standard? Do you hold yourself in a certain regard? Are you willing to be accountable for your actions, for your words, for your thoughts? That's what we're talking about here today.
Our thoughts carry energy. If we're starting our day off, today's going to be a good day, and we're having good thoughts about people and feeling good and doing stuff for others that is kind, and we're being courteous, and we're just approaching life in this more higher frequency, then a lower frequency example would be gossip, rumors, thinking negative about people, or getting in that self-talk. Our mind talks us out of a lot of things. We beat ourselves up. Those are the lower energies of our words and our thoughts.
Be genuine, be authentic with yourself. Truly check in with yourself. That self-talk piece is huge, what you just said, Wendy, because people can be, myself, all of us, we all do it. Like, I'm going to say the right thing. I'm not going to be that fly in the ointment today. I'm going to make this all work. I'm going to keep a positive attitude. And then under my breath or in my head, but I'm really sick of that guy, or I don't want to go to work and see that person. It's not going to work. So you got to find a way to create a habit that is genuine. Say what you mean, what you say, be authentic. If there's something to confront, do that so that you don't have a suppressed emotion that bubbles out in another way. In these one-liners, sarcasm and resentment are like deaths to relationships.
I think a big tool too is honoring whatever it is you're feeling and not getting into this bypass system of putting on this happy front or trying to convince yourself, I'm happy, when you're really feeling hurt or feeling angry. It's really important to get that energy out of your system and honor it as well. Acknowledge that. Hey, I am feeling this way right now, and that's okay. That's part of being a human. But then it's, what are we going to do with that? Are we going to sit there, or are we just going to allow ourselves to process that and feel that and then take that and transmute it into what can motivate us? And that's how we heal.
And it leads to better communication with yourself and with others. How we all check on the phone. We check our apps. I got to wake up. I got to check what the weather's going to be. Is it going to be rainy, or is it only rainy half the day? Is the sun going to come out? We're always checking the climate. And I like to think of the analogy, check the climate with yourself. What's going on? What's the undercurrent that's not being said or not being spoken? Oftentimes, if you listen to yourself, if you observe, little things like when you hear sighs, there's something under there. Does that make sense,
that's
you
an
guys?
energy you're picking up on.
Or I walk into a building and I'm like, oh boy, I've got to dig in.
We're all on our own journeys, and we're all intertwining with one another. Right. It goes with that. You are what you hang around. You are your environments. If you're hanging around people that are constantly negative or that drag you down or just are energetically exhausting to be around, then guess what? You're going to be energetically exhausted and in a lower frequency. If we're around people that inspire us, motivate us, help build us up, then guess what? We're going to embody that. So that's where the whole accountability and mentorship and surrounding ourselves with people and things and places and opportunities that help build us up is so powerful.
I think we were talking about this earlier before the show. It's inspire yourself. Find ways to inspire yourself. Find ways to bring that out in yourself. Communicating with yourself, communicating with others, who you hang out with. I love what you said on there, and I'll even go a little deeper, is holding on to past belief systems and not even being conscious of it. When we constantly come at the world or come at our days or come at ourselves with a way of reacting instead of responding, or we come at the world and ourselves with a set of belief systems, check yourself, check where that belief system came from. Is it yours? Is it someone else's? Is it from an ancestor that's no longer with you and you're harboring something, some resentment? Was that yours or is that theirs? So find out where that comes from, because oftentimes those can get dug in as personality traits. You can see a guy from across the room and you're like, boy, what's going on with him? He's like a curmudgeon. I don't even want to talk to him.
That's all this conditioning and programming that happens through us throughout our lives and what shapes and molds us. It's the power of healing is being able to take a look at those things and acknowledging them, working with them and releasing those so that they don't become shackles that hold us down. And a lot of it is thoughts.
A lot of it's thoughts. And I always go back to these analogies because I like to create a visual so that it can create a new neural pathway in my brain, in your brains. We'll always do that with you guys. Think about it as I'm hiking and I want to carve a new pathway into the earth. I want to go to the right instead of the left. I see there's that road. It's always been there, but I want to carve a new way and up the hill. So that's how you're carving these neural pathways in your brain. You could think of it like Wendy said, let it go, release it. How about you can start with where you are, with what you can, with what you know right now, and give yourself a break. Start small. Think of it as, today I'm going to take that old funky jacket off. And in fact, I'm going to fold it up and get rid of it.
When we speak and we use our words, we are stating to the universe what it is we want. That's how it works. The power of the I am, the power of manifesting comes from this. I'm stating what it is that I want to receive back as a mirror reflection. Right. That's where that spinning can come in, where how they say, oh, bad things come in threes. That's where a thought process comes in that you're manifesting because you're expecting 3 things to happen that are bad. So you're telling the universe 3 bad things got to happen.
That I want, yeah.
The universe will deliver.
It will deliver.
Our thoughts and then our words that we are stating in our writing. That's another good tool. We did a past episode about the power of journaling.
And that's creating a neural pathway too. What Wendy just said about the positives, I am, it is, now I am doing this. That's taking manifesting up to the next level because you're declaring it and you're putting a force and a deliberateness into it. Not just, yeah, it's going to happen. No, how is it going to happen? Some negatives would be, yeah, but every time I try, it doesn't work. But and try, okay. Those, to me, I don't always like to use those words because when I hear somebody say, but, to me it means behold the underlying truth. I want to do this. It never has worked before. You're already tapping out. Try. I'm going to try or blah, blah, blah. It's just, it doesn't have a force and a strength of energy behind it. I want to talk a little bit about this one just as we're wrapping up about gossip and rumors and that negative self-talk. Wendy, because man, don't we bash ourselves with self-talk?
Oh, we do, and that's a lower frequency. I like to just refer back to understanding the ways we feel in relation to a higher energy or a lower energy, because that's how the manifesting of it starts. We need to acknowledge these things. That's how we grow. If we're feeling a certain way or something upsets us, we need to acknowledge that. I think that is key. Gossip and rumors, those are just a reflection of other people. But if we, as far as the self-talk goes, can just work through that mental process of, why do I feel like I can't do this? I'm acknowledging that I feel I can't, but I know I can. So how can we align the energy that supports that in people that we hang out with by taking these small little steps to increase the energy of your surroundings is what helps that, just those baby steps. And it could be just simple as observing how you're feeling and how those energies can evolve you.
I just thought about, what does negative self-talk and gossip and rumors have in common? All three of them go to judgment. I'm judging myself. I'm judging others. When you're wasting your time judging others or gossiping, rumoring about what they're not doing, think of it like, again, arm wrestling yourself, working, creating a new muscle, creating a new pathway. Stop it right there. Stop, turn your body if you have to, and say, you know what? I'm going to focus on myself. I don't have time to be judging others. It's getting me nowhere. It's taking up idle time and space in your head, space in your heart. And trust me, you'll go back to judging yourself. So let it go. Be kinder to yourself. Start with those small steps.
We could do 2 whole episodes on just judgment and rumors, so stay tuned for a deep dive on those topics, because that's a huge part of our words and our thoughts, that we're not doing those things back, because you could get sucked into that gossip, sucked into those rumors, and then what are you doing? You're just manifesting more of that, because you're playing your energy into those energies. So that's what you're going to get back.
Vortexes, right? Vortexes can go forward or backward.
Everything can be used for bad or good.
How is it being propelled? And if we're talking about energy, positive self-talk, inspiring yourself, you can imagine right now that you could see the energy frequency spiraling upward. But if I'm judging myself, if I'm taking my day and spending it talking about others, resenting others, that I'm basically powering down.
You're doing a disservice to yourself.
Yeah.
And you're just a mirror reflection of that energy.
And your environment. We'll go on that one later, though. Thank you for listening today.
Thanks, guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode. See you on the next one.
Bye.